Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of the podcast. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to grow our channel, and as we continue on with the podcast, we want to start new forms of content. We want to start posting our work here on YouTube. So if you want to see some of that and continue supporting the podcast, please subscribe. Enjoy the episode. We don't have anything to crack. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Exordia Creative Podcast. We do not have any bubbly to crack because I'm not about to splurge on a bubbly budget and get another bubbly from the fridge. So this is the bubbly that we're going to rock with.
Just said.
So cheers.
Do a fake open.
Ready? You do the sound effects.
Like
All right.
ASMR.
Beautiful. Guys, we have props. This is a prop episode. We got hoodies.
How long have we been milking the hoodie content?
Way too long.
We finally got them.
We only have 14, by the way, so that's exciting as well.
Yeah. Bit of a supply chain issue. This color went out of stock from our supplier, and they had a heck of a time restocking it.
Yeah.
Long story short, they're back. We got 14, you said?
Yeah. Well, some have already been, the total order was for 14.
Yeah.
They're being distributed now.
Small little sample run. We're figuring out the sizing. Pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So once we get all these out in the next couple of days, we're going to start double checking with everybody who told us they wanted one. Make sure we're still on the same page. It's been like a month. So
Yep. So
yeah.
they're still in the works, guys. So thank you for everybody that's ordered one. And if you haven't ordered one yet, you want one.
We've got good feedback, though. Everybody I've given one to is pretty happy with it.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. Yeah, except my mom.
Well, that's just a size thing.
Gave her too big of a size. She wasn't too pleased.
Yeah, we'll get that right.
Yeah.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah. So this is one of them. Woo. Yay. All right. So in other news, guys, Trump has COVID.
Yeah. What do you think about this? When was the announcement made?
I don't know.
Was it
couple
Friday or
days
something?
after the debate, if you want to call it a debate.
Right. Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
I think just before the weekend or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. What do you think? What do you make of this?
Pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's put out a couple videos talking about it and how much he's learned, and that he got a real world education on COVID, which is an interesting way to phrase it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I believe of everything that's going on, whether he's still in the hospital, if he needed oxygen. I don't know what's going on, but crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard he's on they're calling it like a cocktail of.
It's like a steroid.
Yeah, the steroids too. A combination of things. Apparently, it's something that not a lot of people are getting.
Hydroxychloroquine?
Maybe, possibly part of it. So he's on this combination of things. Not a lot of people have been given this exact combination.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard on the news the other day this question of is he getting VIP syndrome that maybe his people are asking for certain medication or certain procedure that you wouldn't just give to the general public.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that he has to have peak energy right now.
Yeah.
He's got to be campaigning. He's still going around to see his supporters and whatnot. So it makes me wonder, are people from the Trump camp kind of pushing what he should be taking?
Maybe.
Are they taking the medical professional opinion verbatim, or are they kind of pushing more experimental stuff to?
Yeah. Based off of what you said, it sounds a little experimental.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know that this, maybe it's for money or lack of resources or something, but he's not getting the standard treatment.
No, and I don't think any political figure would.
Yeah.
It's just the way it works.
Yeah, so I just wonder how they balance out taking what's tested and what's safe, and obviously we don't even have a vaccine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Treatment's so new, we don't really know what we're doing with it.
Yeah. Could this year have gone any crazier? Yes, it could have, obviously, and still can. There's still a few months left, 2020. But it's just been a whirlwind.
I was saying a couple of podcasts ago, of course this is an election year. 2020 had to be an election year.
Yeah.
What else could
crazy.
you possibly ask for?
It's crazy. Feels like we're in a dream.
There were some really significant events that happened in January. the Australian bushfires.
Yep.
That feels like an eternity ago.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like it was this year.
Right. Like that fire fell out of the news cycle like instantly.
Yeah.
You know, and it just seems like there's been a million noteworthy, like super controversial events since then.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
He died. A lot of people died. A lot of notable people died. A lot of other people died.
That's really
It's
noteworthy.
Bad. Yeah, it's bad.
Like we had Ruth Bader Ginsburg a month ago.
Yep.
That's already like well out of the news cycle.
Yep. We've got a pandemic. It's wild.
Every single day, that's a talking point.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's crazy. Sorry, I laugh in uncomfortable situations.
No,
that's what I do.
I mean, just like who could have expected? Obviously, this year's been full of tragedy, but like, it's just so shocking in one calendar year, 12-month period, how much has happened.
Yeah,
and we've got 3 months left.
Yeah. I don't know if the next debate's going to happen either. That'll be interesting to see if that goes through.
For what reason?
Well, because of Trump's condition right now.
I mean, he's still going out.
Yeah, but he's in an armored vehicle, though. Like, he's not out on the town. Like, he's only driving by people.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's still making public appearances, though.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that, like, you pretty much... I don't know who's in the vehicle with him. At least one other person he's probably exposing it to.
Yeah.
Just kind of messed up.
Maybe they all have to have it in order to ride together.
Yeah, like chicken pox.
Something like that. Oh man. All right, let's jump out of this. We're in a weird situation right now.
Who do you think's going to win the election?
Holy. We're just getting into it right now. Yeah. Here's the thing. Probably Trump. The incumbent always has the upper hand. They have the leverage, so to speak, in an upcoming election. The incumbent always has that.
I would disagree.
It's statistically true that the incumbent has the upper hand. And Biden's doing a lot of interesting stuff right now, too, because of Trump having COVID. Yeah. He pulled all his negative campaign ads and all that, said prayers to the Trump family, this, that, and the other thing. I really don't know, man. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Neither do I. That's interesting that you say that over the course of history, the person who holds office is more likely to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably true. But what I mean is, if you have 4 years of living in the public sphere, that's a lot of like cannon fodder for Biden. You know, because you can criticize how he's done in office.
Yeah, pick through what was good, what was bad.
Right. The amount of scandal between 2016 and now is endless.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to fight somebody as like aggressive as Trump, because if you take like the humane, moral thing to do, which is, you know, to wish him the best because he does have a serious illness now, you know, Trump's not going to let off the gas.
No. I don't think he would do the same as what Biden did, like removing the ads and all that. I think he would just add on to the fire.
Yeah, maybe so.
Just based off of his past and what he's done in the past.
Yeah.
So I really don't know who's going to win, man.
Neither do I. And
I'm not going to put any money on it because I really don't know. It could really go either way.
Most of the polls I've seen show that Biden has a small lead.
Mm-hmm. But we've learned in 2016 that the polls don't mean anything.
Exactly.
You know
how accurate they are, how things can change, where that data is coming from.
Yeah, and I mean, even if Biden wins, Trump has said like he's going to declare fraud because of the mailer vote in and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So it could be even if Biden wins, it could be half a year until Biden's actually in power because of the fight Trump's probably going to put up.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how it unfolds.
Yeah, I don't know how much effect those like challenging the process really has, because you know we all know how many people wanted to impeach Trump. And look how that went, right?
Yeah,
that was like a 2-year conversation.
That lasted so long.
Absolutely nothing happened.
No.
So I think if Biden does manage to get office, I'm not sure how much Trump's going to be able to do, even if he does put up a.
What would Trump do post office?
Post office?
Yeah, like after he's done being the president.
Ideally retire. They're both very old.
Yeah, but I don't think he would.
Trump is what, low 70s?
73, 72.
Okay, so let's assume he's 76, 77.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna depend. Like, what are the long-term ramifications of COVID?
Yeah. But I meant, what do you think Trump would do if he didn't win this time and he just goes back as a civilian? I wonder what he's going to do with him being the president. Like, is Fox News or somebody going to make him like an anchor and he can like...
No, absolutely not. Probably continue to run businesses.
Who knows? Probably. But he was always featured on Fox and stuff when they would talk business and stuff. He would always be like
as a guest, though.
Yeah, as a guest. That's what I meant.
I think he probably considers himself far above being a...
Yeah. But like, what's he going to do? Is he going to do the typical ex-politician and do speaking? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. If you look 4 years into the future, like 76, 77, I wonder the difference between a 77-year-old who doesn't have COVID and a 77-year-old who had and beat COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are the long-term effects that last?
Yeah, we don't know.
You know, like, is your respiratory system like 20% damaged forever?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
For sure.
But if he's on, like, you know, the right cocktail, as they say, of steroids and whatever else, maybe he'll be ready to do something at
maybe
77.
Maybe. Crazy. Well, I'm excited to see the world unfold for the next few months.
Yeah. When is the date that the winner is announced?
November 3rd.
3rd. Wow. So we're what?
So less than a month.
Yeah.
Today is Monday.
Just under.
October 5th.
Strap in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. You wanted to go to the next topic? I just had to ask you.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. This is a little bit of local stuff. We don't have to... Actually, you know what? We don't have to talk about it. I went to Scooter Fest this weekend with my nephew. It was fun. We found $10. I asked him what he wants to do with it. We went and got my niece a gift for her birthday. It was really cute. He ended up copping a few toys for himself. He's a 4-year-old. What do you expect? So that was fun. What'd you do this weekend, Jared?
Okay, I got to ask you about the Scooter Fest. You were hyping it up.
I was hyping it up. I thought it was going to be big.
So I haven't driven by the skate park in a while, but you told me you've seen people do backflips.
Yeah, dude. People
That's
are
insane.
ripping
like,
backflips.
That's really cool.
It's not hard to do a backflip on a scooter. You
Speak
give
for
me
yourself,
you
man.
give me a week, I could figure it out.
Speak for yourself.
You give me a week, I could figure that out.
It's a lot, though.
But anyway, there was kids doing backflips. I saw Scooter Fest signs all over town. I was like, sweet, I'm going to take my nephew. I just bought him a skateboard for his birthday. This is going to be awesome. Great bonding time.
He has a scooter, too?
He does have a scooter, too.
Okay.
But I try to push him to the
options.
skateboard.
Yeah.
Because anyway, so I went to Scooter Fest. There was like 4-year-olds there just riding up and down ramps. Some amateur person commentating, oh, whoa, you know.
So how old were the people? Was it kids riding or was there like pros?
It ranged. Apparently there was supposed to be pros there. Dom wanted to stay there for 10 minutes. And then he's like, all right.
He's over it.
Let's dip.
Yeah.
So
when we were kids, you really didn't want to be caught riding a scooter.
No, now it's probably bigger than skateboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Easier,
what shifted?
Easier to ride, probably arguably a little safer. Yeah. You have more control of a scooter, right? You've got a handle that you can hold on to. Still crazy some of the tricks. Like, for example, I'm not downplaying a backflip on a scooter.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts.
Like the limit's endless to the craziest stuff you can do.
Yeah.
But I think that's true. Like, it takes less patience probably to get a decent handle on.
It does, because a skateboard, you've just got your feet and balance, you know? So
like the amount of hours spent on a skateboard before you can ollie, before you can like make the skateboard jump, if you don't know what ollie means, that's wild. So I could see it'd be more appealing for younger people to just go on a scooter where it's like very easy to get off the ground.
I wonder how many hours I've put into skateboarding over my life. I want to say I'm touching the 10,000 mark.
100%.
Because every summer I would be out skateboarding. Yeah. Every day of the summer when I was a kid. Every day.
Like, it takes hundreds of hours to learn a trick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So. And I still rip it every once in a while. It's fun.
Do you really?
Yeah. I'll go to the skate park.
I know you had like an ankle injury a couple years ago.
From skateboarding. It was in grade 10 that I got it. And that's when I really stopped. Really taking it serious. But I can still go up and down the ramps, do all the flat ground tricks. I might do a trick up a ramp, but like nothing crazy. Yeah. I'm not kick flipping 8 stairs anymore.
Like, not many pros are 24.
No.
I mean, there are people old who do rip.
Yeah, Tony Hawk.
All the best people, it seems like they're like, what, 16, 17, 18?
Well, arguably the best skater right now, depending on who's your favorite, it's kind of subjective, but based off of trophies, is Nigel Houston.
Okay.
And I think he's a couple years older than us, and he's just raking in the trophies. Like, in sponsorships. It's nuts.
But he's also had a long enough career to be able to get the trophies.
Dude, he went pro when he was like 8.
Yeah. Like, what are most of the up-and-coming guys?
Couldn't tell you. I'm from the Nyjah Houston era of skateboarding, so like the Paul Rodriguez, even though he was a little bit before Nyjah.
Or what I mean to say is, like, when do you usually go pro? Obviously, 8's an exception.
Teens. You're in your late teens.
That's young.
Yeah, that's young. Mm-hmm.
It's hard, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I love the sport. I think skateboarding is really cool.
Yeah. I think it's interesting how, like, different sports, depending on what you need from your body, there's, like, different peak ages.
Definitely.
And some of them are quite old.
Yeah.
I wish I had, like, some of the numbers offhand, but, like, some sports, they say your ideal performance is in, like, even your mid-30s, late 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas some sports, it's, like, when you're 17, 18.
Yeah, like, how many really young tennis players are there? I'm saying really young, like sub-20.
Not many at all.
No.
Yeah. Or you look at, like, hockey, for example, is a little bit older.
Hockey's a little older, yep.
Golf,
very true. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something for all ages. Well, up until, like, once you hit 40. There's really no chance.
No.
Darts.
That is interesting.
Billiards.
If you had to pick your favorite sport when you were growing up, I know you didn't play a whole lot of sports.
I played a lot of sports, actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, what was
Didn't
your favorite?
like many of them.
What was your favorite?
My favorite to play?
Yeah.
My favorite team sport was probably hockey. And
I just can't picture you on the ice.
no, I stopped when I was young.
Okay.
Yeah. I was more like individual sports. I liked swimming a lot.
Swimming
was my big thing.
Swimming's good.
Yeah. Pool sharks.
You were on the Pool Sharks.
Yeah, briefly. I was I got a bronze medallion or something like that.
Do you still have it?
It was cool. Somewhere. It's in a box somewhere.
Cool.
Should start wearing it.
Should. He's going to wear it on the next podcast,
Went
everybody.
pro.
That's awesome.
Yeah, what about you?
So my parents forced me to play soccer, and I did like it for a good period of time. They wanted me to do team sports because I was only doing skateboarding.
I did soccer too, yeah.
And they didn't treat it like a team like they didn't treat it like a sport. They were just treated it like Quentin's doing this activity. And I think back then it wasn't necessarily viewed as like a sport. It's definitely gotten more recognition.
No, there's like a certain taboo about it, you know.
Definitely.
It's getting better now.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
I
I see what you mean.
And I know the taboo that they're talking about. Like when my parents, I remember it was so embarrassing. We'd go to like the Blenheim skate park and we'd go skateboard when I was younger. And my mom would come with us, obviously, because we can't drive. We're like 10, 12 years old. And we'd be skateboarding and some other kid, when I say kid, like a teenager, would swear or something. My mom would be like, hey, watch your language.
Yeah.
You know.
That's awkward.
Yeah. Or they like be smoking cigarettes or whatever.
Not a good
at a
look.
young age. Not a good look. And I kind of understand, but skateboarding was a really good sport to be a part of when you're young and you learn a lot when you skateboard.
Yeah, but like I said about like how many hours it takes to do something, like that's good for your character.
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't come easy.
Yeah.
And it's just a shame that like there was no like formal, you know, summer camp that you could do for skateboarding at that time.
At least not locally.
We didn't even have a skate park, right?
In Blenheim we did. Erie-O got one pretty early too. Now Erie-O's skate park is a little questionable, but
There was one there though.
there was one camp, and it was I think it's owned by Element, and it's in Muskoka.
Okay.
I forget what it's called, Woodward or something.
Yeah.
And I used to watch the YouTube videos during early YouTube,
Yeah.
and they'd put up the videos, and I'd always wanted to go to that camp, but I remember it was like $1,000, which is just out of this world. Anyway, there were camps, not locally though. And I don't think there are now either, because skateboarding still isn't where it was at one point.
I remember I went on a lot of trips to Florida when I was younger, and I'd always have to bring my skateboard, and I'd be just blown away by the parks that were there. You know, like even the outdoor ones were better than like anything indoor you could find around here.
Yeah.
And the indoor ones were just insane.
Yeah.
Like the size of them, the amount of people using them.
Oh, yeah.
It was a different world.
Yeah.
And then coming back to Chatham, at one point didn't even have a skate park yet.
Yeah.
Just I guess because it's warmer, you know, maybe the sport takes off faster there.
Definitely. Well,
Obviously,
yeah,
Chatham's small.
that's the other thing as well. I remember when I was a kid, I was seriously contemplating. I'm like, how much more seriously do I want to take this? Do I want to actually go pro? Like, I remember thinking about this because I was really good. And then, and you just start to look, and very few Canadians make it pro because they don't have all 4 seasons to practice.
Yeah.
And yes, I get that there's indoor facilities and stuff, but around here there just wasn't that much. So the portion of people that go pro in Canada versus the US, like the US is
enormous.
It's enormous.
Yeah, I talk
also
about,
larger population. But.
Yeah, how I was like mind blown going to Florida and seeing all the parks.
Yeah.
But then again, in that same place, how many hockey rinks were there?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to play hockey, you're at a significant disadvantage.
Yeah. Anyway, we just kind of went on a little tangent there after Scooter Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important, though, to play sports when
it
you're
is.
young. Like, even though I didn't like just about any of the sports I was in, I'm so glad that my parents gave me the nudge to try this and that. A lot of summer camps, musical instruments, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you learn that you don't like it and it's not for you, it's still character building. It's still a new skill.
Do you think in the future, if you have kids, do you want them to play sports?
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let them try as much as humanly possible. Mm. Make them give it a fair shake, and then if they don't like it, then at least they got to try.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. My parents told me that they asked me if I wanted to play hockey when I was really young, and I just said no. So.
How old?
They said I was like 4 or 5. I'm not making any logical decisions. You might as well ask me if I wanted to go clean my room at that point.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, what? Ask me when I'm 8, 9. I don't know what I want.
I want you to make a critical decision.
Put me in Timbits, bro.
Yeah. No, I think one team, one solo sport, get a little mix of each.
Oh, yeah.
At least one musical instrument and some different, like, summer camps or summer activities and stuff. Did you go to any camps?
Kennesari camp.
Oh, really? I heard about that one. I never went. I went to a similar one called Huron Church Camp.
Okay.
Is Kennesari Catholic?
Yeah.
Or anything? Okay.
Yeah, it was religious.
Yeah. You had the, like, the mass every weekend there and all that.
Yeah.
Those are fun times.
It was fun. I remember we had to sleep under the stars.
Like outside?
Outside, on a tarp. In the woods. One night of the week.
Like you had to?
Yeah, everybody had to sleep outside.
Oh, I didn't. I had cabins, luckily.
Oh, there was cabins. But like one night a week, we had to take our shit outside and go sleep.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I went with Evan, our buddy Evan.
Oh, okay.
We had a good time there.
Yeah. He's apparently coming back to town this week.
Oh, yeah.
So, cool. Yeah, but you know what? It would be so cool if my kids did like skateboarding, because that's my new goal for skateboarding, is to be able to kickflip when I'm 50. So if I can still keep up with them a little bit when I'm older, that would be cool. So cool. It'd be so fun.
Yeah.
So I remember the one time my dad brought me to the Blenheim skate park and he fell on his ass going down the ramp. It was hilarious. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Amazon drone. Approved.
Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about it. You just told me.
Yeah.
Amazon gets approved for drone delivery.
Yeah. So I know some of the other companies have been doing this for a while. Like Google has some subsidiary that does drone delivery that they've been working on. But the biggest player in the game, Amazon, got FFA approval. I think it's called, or FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, which basically means they're allowed to move to the next stage of their trials for drone delivery.
Cool.
So for our viewers who couldn't even imagine a world like this, imagine where you order something online. I think right now they're approved for anything under 5 pounds, which isn't significant if you're going to try to order groceries or something. But imagine you order...
Still insane. You order a pack of pens and it just comes via drone? Like, that's wild.
Yeah. So you order at 2 p.m. and it's there by 5 p.m. You know, Amazon already has these fulfillment centers everywhere, these warehouses everywhere. They've got the network. Mm-hmm. So now it's just accelerating that step. And if you have Amazon Prime, the delivery time is already so fast.
Yeah.
You know, it's next day on just about everything.
Yeah. Same
day even. So to be able to get couple-hour delivery,
it's crazy.
Like, that just changes the game for it. I just want to see the weight limit increased for groceries, because that's the biggest.
And thing. Larger items, even.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think groceries, like, time is really of the essence with them.
Yeah.
And the weight's a factor, so that's kind of one thing that I think would really make a huge difference.
Cool.
Grocery delivery.
Yeah. Wish I had Amazon stock.
Walmart is gonna Yeah, it's expensive.
Very.
I think it's one of the most expensive stocks.
It is.
I think Lindt chocolate, it trades on a Swiss stock exchange, is the most expensive stock, if I remember correctly.
What's going on there?
I don't know. I mean, it just means they have like less circulating supply.
They sell chocolate once a year.
Right.
I'm kidding.
Right.
But
they're not like an incredibly valuable company.
No.
By any means. I think Switzerland's such a cool place, though.
It is.
I'd love to live in Switzerland in the future.
Yeah.
Chocolate, watches,
yeah,
skiing. Those are the big things.
Hide your money.
Yeah, that too. There a lot of big investment banks are based in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Like UBS,
yeah,
Credit Suisse. Cost of living's high. Quality of living's insane in Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to be able to live there someday.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Iceland is insane, man.
Where would you live if you could live anywhere? Let's say you weren't tied to any employment. Your family could come wherever with you. All you had to do was pick a place.
South Africa is really nice.
Really? Yeah.
Iceland is insane.
Tumultuous place right now.
Iceland is insane. I'm just talking about like, yeah, maybe Iceland, man. Because I remember when we went there, like the quality of life is pretty good. It's so expensive though because it's an island, right? Like you got to import everything, but it was so beautiful. Everybody had beautiful houses in the city. Coffee was really expensive. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
If you would have asked me a couple of years ago, I probably would have said somewhere in Northern California.
Those could be great places to live too.
Yeah, not necessarily. Yeah.
I mean, it depends how realistic you want to be. Like, are you going to consider cost of living? Are you going to consider
exactly
what country you're in? Are you going to consider the political climate?
Yeah, taxes.
Are we just talking geographics?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot of beautiful places to live though.
Mm-hmm.
So, cool.
Yeah. Be nice to have options.
Yeah. Leave it in the comments, guys, if you could live one place in the world. And if you've gotten this far, thank you for listening.
So is it South Africa or Iceland? You got
both. Pick. I'm going to have an apartment in both.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be ideal.
Okay, leave it in the comments. Where would you guys live if you could live anywhere in the world? I don't know. We have no criteria. Just pick something.
Yeah.
So
I would say Zurich, Switzerland.
Okay.
Or New Zealand. I really like New Zealand.
New Zealand's pretty dope too.
Yeah.
On that note, guys, Singapore is pretty cool too. A little strict, a little hectic.
They have a very interesting tax structure.
Yeah.
You get taxed on goods and products and services very highly, but you pay, I want to say zero income tax.
Interesting.
But if you want to buy a Toyota Camry, it's $200,000 US. That being said, their infrastructure and quality of life is insanely good.
Yeah.
And you don't need it.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting take on like taxing people proportionally to how luxurious of a life they want to live. Mm-hmm. That's a whole conversation, how you think the tax system should be structured and how you think income tax should work.
I don't think we have time to get into that this week, but maybe we could pencil that in for next episode. Something to think about.
Let us know where you guys want to live.
Yeah. We've got a meeting to go to. We will see you next week. Thanks for watching.
See you guys.